How do you feel that situation with Edin was handled?
I think the guys. I mean, ultimately, it's their show. It's their
Okay.
decision to make. So I think that they, made the decision they needed to make.
Oh,
When we say we don't have an HR, we really don't. Like
okay.
that's not a joke. And I know Rory spent most of that break communicating with friends and people that he knows that work more in the HR environment,
Hmm.
and he was kind of consulting with them. So
It's interesting because I feel like a kinship with you in terms of maybe us operating in a space where we feel like we have to be masculine and like the idea is like, yo, you should have swung back. And I'm like, I don't think I would have done that either. Like, I'm just such a non confrontational, violent guy. But one thing I would say is, did Edin look burnt out towards the end? Because he kind of came off as the guy who was burnt out with the whole working situation.
I mean, I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to speak on
You were his coworker.
Yeah, but I don't want to speak on his like mental state from the show or his like extracurricular activity. I don't know.
Okay.
I can speak for myself. I mean, at the end of the year, if you look at what we were coming off of, multiple
Hmm.
shows, an international show, cramming banking episodes before holiday, like
Yeah.
it's exhausting. Like to speak for myself, I'm sure Ed and Rory and Mal. I know our whole team, Damaris as well. We were all tired. We were all ready to go home. So to have that, incident happen and then, not being able to really relax over the break
Yeah.
sucked. But like, yes, I think cumulatively we were all like, this is like, we always prepare for that October run generally is when we kind of fire up the shows
Yeah.
and carry those through the holiday. It's a pretty exhausting, 2 month run.
Because I just felt like his reaction to it was like, I'm done. Like, it's fine. It's okay. And the way I observed it as someone who is a conscious observer of the podcast, it felt like me at work and not caring if I get fired. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Again, I don't want to speak for, but I mean, I
Yeah.
guess Edin is also he's not dumb by any means. So I think he's like acutely aware of the reaction consequences have reactions. I think that moment of reality may have set in, and I think he had that internal dialogue.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
How do you think it worked? Because there was this kind of idea that this should be handled differently because it's a workplace, but then again, it's a workplace playing out in front of the camera. So it's like, how do you really handle that behind closed doors when we see you every week and it's hard to handle that?
Again, I don't like not my
Not your
company, not
bag.
my decision to pay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like this. We also with respect to the guys and Ed, and we all agreed we wouldn't focus a lot of energy and talk about this. So
Yeah.
sorry to ruin your
No, no, no. Why do people hate you,
juicy
Julian?
scoop.
Nah, nah, I
What a
really,
pivot!
no,
What a pivot! You're not giving me my answer. Why do people f***ing hate you?
Yeah, because I really am starting out joking.
You're like, motherfucker.
He's not giving me the exclusive. I spent for this $330.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm joking. I feel like you've been pretty. Just to be honest, I don't want you to think I think you've given me already a lot, and I feel like
Pause.
that situation in the back, you gave me a
Yeah.
lot. Nah, but yeah. But you've already been kind of honest. I feel like I'm getting from you like that's a sensitive subject.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
yes, obviously it's sensitive, but we also again we discussed
Ad nauseum.
not only that, but behind closed doors, away from everybody, that we would not, we would bury that situation and just move forward. Everyone's doing their own thing.
Mhm.
Everyone's continuing on with their careers and their lives, and that's
Love
so
and
is
light,
life.
love and light.
Yeah.
But why do people hate you?
That dude, I don't. People hate you. Like I can ask you the same thing, bro. Like you know what I mean?
Well, I feel like I can describe why people hate me.
Sure, let's hear it.
Okay. So people hate me because I have somehow found access to all the pods that I ended up talking about. So there's a resentment there. And I'm also antagonizing several different fan bases. So you got Joe Budden's fan base who's freaking crazy.
They are
And
active.
then don't discount the Rory Mal fan base, who's also crazy in their own way. And podcast fan bases tend to be the most loyal. They think like they're part of the family. I was like that. So I'm not even judging. Like I used to really think I was like cool with people I was listening. But that's the way that y'all audiences are set up. So I think that's why. And also, I would assume I seem like a know-it-all to people who watch me, but I think I'm a nice guy.
It's funny the way you just described that last sentence is, I think, how I feel about
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
I know I'm well aware of how I come off, but again, like when you step in front of a camera. Congrats, by the way, on stepping in front of the camera this year. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. I figured why not?
Yeah, it's good for you. Good for you, man. I'm happy that you're doing this.
So like I came out the closet or something. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Because I salute to you, living your truth. All right.
But no, I think it's I think it's naive to think everyone's gonna like you, and no one likes everybody. And obviously, when it's someone that you're listening to twice a week, 3 times if you're a Patreon member, and then if you're in Twitter Spaces, the communities, whatever the case may be. The more you speak, the more you say, the more there is to like, the more there is to criticize.
Yeah.
So it's very. I think this is an extremely difficult space for people that are sensitive about their public persona and ego, looks, etc. Because you're going to get scrutinized. It comes with the territory. Like this year made it a point. I know I've said it. I already said it here. I've said it on the pod. Like removing myself from the Reddit community was healthy for me. And I know it sounds like I'm like a jokey joke all the time, but like I'd kind of been prioritizing my. This sounds so fucking like gay and therapeutic, but like my peace. It's like, why am I seeking out places that are inherently negative and looking for? I'm gonna, you know what I mean? It's like the girl going through her boyfriend's phone. Like you're gonna find what you're looking for, and now how are you gonna react? Yeah. You wanted to see like him texting his ex, and now you found it. Now what? Now what? You're gonna be happy about him? Like got him? No, you're gonna feel worse about yourself and him. Yeah. So like if I'm going out of my way to read comments about like how my parents were on Epstein's island. Like what? Like yeah, it's just like what are we talking about here? So it's like there's things like that I just you choose. It's like a game. Choose your adventure, and I'm choosing healthier spaces. There's so many places where I can talk, communicate, and speak with people that are a fan of the show. And if not a fan of the show, there's people on Discord that say to me every time they talk to me, I don't like you, and I'm like that's fine. We don't have to be kumbaya. Like, that's cool with me as long as we can talk and it's not like, just slowly death by 1,000 cuts. Like, just don't come in here and kill me.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm going through when I go to Joe Budden spaces where it's like people feel like they can talk to me about my channel. It's like, I'm just here to chop it up. I'm not here to talk about my last video.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are jealous of you because I think most people...
The Redditors are really...
Well, because you think about it, there's a barrier of entry... extreme barrier of entry to what I'm doing. And I know people are like, he's the regular dude. He's just there because he's friends with Rory. But to be friends and in the circle of these people are hurdles that most people can't go through. So what you did, and which is again what I don't have this fake plant. I'll give you a fake plant as your flower. What I give you your flowers for is you are like, okay, it. I am in this community. I am aware of everything going on by way of listening and like creating all these narratives and looking into things. Yeah. I'll just create a community that can include all of these places that I'm invested in and like freely speak about them. Yeah. And the thing with yours is anyone can do that. Exactly. And I'll say to all the people that criticize you, you're too pussy to do it. You can do this. Like if you had a legit YouTube and we have enough of a rapport, even though, in the past we may have exchanged some stupid words, I at least respect you enough to you DM me, hey, do you want to do this? Yeah. So it's not saying it's easy, but it takes the work, and you did the work. So
it definitely takes the work, and it is in some ways easy because I came from Reddit. Like I'm a Redditor turned YouTuber, and I told Rory this. Like I saw my Reddit comments get upvoted, and I was like, this is a metric. I can use this. And just to y'all can do it too.